everyone, this is the last word and I'm Maria Shakil. It's an issue sweeping across Parliament, spilling onto the streets and setting up a legal battle at the Supreme Court. This is the SIR controversy, or Special Intensive Revision Exercise in Bihar, which has sparked a full-blown political war. The Election Commission says it's a routine process. Today, 99.8% voter coverage in Bihar has been completed, is the claim, and the Election Commission has said that it has identified 65 lakh names which have been removed from the rolls. The logic: delete the dead, migrated and duplicates to ensure list purity. But the opposition sees something else, a deliberate attempt to disenfranchise voters ahead of the polls. They have branded it vote bandi, taken the fight from Sansad to the street, and today in Parliament, opposition MPs went as far as tearing up SIR forms on the floor of the House. The government, meanwhile, is holding its ground, refusing a full-fledged debate, saying this is a constitutional exercise by an independent poll panel. And now the matter heads to the Supreme Court on July 28th, even as the Election Commission plans to publish the revised list on August 1st. So here's the big question. Is this an exercise in transparency or a tool for exclusion? In a democracy, cleaning up electoral rolls is important. But when the numbers are this big, 65 lakh deletions in a politically sensitive state, skepticism hence is inevitable. Can the Election Commission convince both the Parliament and the people that this isn't a covert political ploy? Or has this process already become a credibility crisis for the poll panel? Tonight we debate, is this about list purity or vote politics? And does this showdown weaken trust in the very foundation of Indian democracy, that is free and fair elections? First up, here's what happened today, and then I bring in the guests.
आप लोग अपने स्थान पर जाएं, सदन की कार्रवाई सोमवार तक के लिए स्थगित की जाए। अमर सिंह जी, आप लोग वरिष्ठ लोग।
Forms are in, the furor is on. The Bihar SIR showdown refusing to die down, even as the poll panel announced curtains on the exercise on Friday. The Election Commission has stated that at the culmination of the Special Intensive Revision of Electoral Rolls, 7.23 crore enumeration forms have been collected across the state, which means that 99.8% electors have been covered under the SIR. After the exercise, the EC has found 65.2 lakh electors' names will be excluded from the voters' list, which include 22 lakh dead voters, 35 lakh voters who have permanently shifted out of Bihar, 7 lakh voters who were found to be enrolled at more than one place. The poll panel added that 1.2 lakh forms were yet to be submitted after the deadline expired. The opposition parties that have been protesting against the exercise from Patna to Parliament continued their protest. India Bloc MPs on Friday tore the symbolic SIR sheets outside Parliament and raised the demand for discussions inside the House, which led to repeated adjournments.
डर के मारे आज ये रिवाइज करने की जो कोशिश कर रहे हैं, ये बहुत बुरी बात है। इससे देश का भी नुकसान होता है और लोकतंत्र का नुकसान होता है, और संविधान के तहत ये लोग नहीं चल रहे, वो अपने हुकूमत को बचाने के लिए बहुत से चीजें कर रहे हैं।
The government side hit back, saying that the opposition doubts EC as they keep losing elections.
SIR जो है ये पहले भी हुआ है, और राहुल गांधी जो लेटर लिखा था महाराष्ट्र का इलेक्शन के बाद, उसके बाद SIR शुरू हुआ है। और इनको जब हारते हैं सबके ऊपर डाउट आता है, ईवीएम पे डाउट आता है, इलेक्शन कमीशन पे डाउट आता है।
Government sources say that there can be no discussion on the SIR in Parliament as it's being conducted by the EC and the government cannot speak for it. In Patna, the RJD and Congress MLAs protested outside the assembly in black clothes.
विरोध करेंगे। बिहार के जनता का सवाल है, गरीबों का सवाल है, गरीबों का नाम कट रहा है सबको। जो बाहर गया 4 करोड़ लोग, उसको क्या होगा? उसको तो वोटर आई कार्ड नहीं मिलेगा, वो वोट से वंचित हो जाएगा। पहले जवाब तो देना चाहिए सरकार को, राज्य सरकार का जिम्मेदारी नहीं बनता है।
The Bihar Assembly over the last few days has seen heated exchanges between the ruling coalition and the opposition alliance. And RJD leader Tejasvi Yadav has already hinted at the boycott of the polls slated to be held in a couple of months.
जो वोटर है ही नहीं जीवित, जो वोटर परमानेंटली देश छोड़ के चला गया, वो काहे के लिए वोटर रहेगा? जो 2 जगह वोटर है, जो देश का नागरिक नहीं है, तो इसमें कौन आपको उनको, वो चाहते हैं कि उनको एक तरफा खेलने के लिए दिया जाए, ऐसा नहीं होता है।
The issue of SIR has seen acrimonious exchanges between the poll panel and the opposition.
I want to send a message to Election Commission. Yes, sir. If you think you're going to get away with this, if your officers think you're going to get away with this, you're mistaken. You're not going to get away with it. Because we are going to come for you.
The Election Commission retorted to the charge, calling it an unwarranted threatening statement by Rahul Gandhi. The poll panel has maintained that the SIR exercise is constitutional and necessary for a pure voter list. And why must dead and shifted voters be kept in the list? Now all eyes will be on the Supreme Court that will hear the challenge to the revision exercise on July 28th. In the last hearing, the top court had advised the Commission to consider taking Aadhaar, voter ID and ration card as eligible documents. The Election Commission is slated to publish the final electoral rolls on August 1st.
And joining me on the show tonight, Dr. Shama Mohammed, National Spokesperson of the Congress. We have Tuhin Sinha, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Parimal Kumar, JDU Spokesperson. Professor Naval Kishore is National Spokesperson of the RJD and Professor Sajjan Kumar is Political Analyst. Tuhin Sinha, does the scale of deletion, which is 25 lakh voters in Bihar, don't you think it warrants greater transparency and explanation?
Well, good evening, Maria. Good evening, everybody. There are more than that. I believe you said 25. There are 68 or 70 lakh.
It is 65.2 lakh voters. Yes.
Yes. So I don't see why, Rahul Gandhi should be so enraged because, on the eve of Telangana elections in October 2023, 22 lakh voters were deleted. And given the size of population of Telangana, and you being from Bihar, you know that Bihar almost has a 3.5 times population of Telangana. So deletions and additions keep happening. Point is, the way Kharge ji burnt posters of SIR today was in very poor taste. It almost seemed, that he wanted to deflect media attention from the FTA agreement, which the world was talking about. And these antics, burning things, something which has been validated by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has not found it necessary to stop the exercise. Of course, it has put certain safeguards, which it should have any which way. But the point is to burn a process, to burn posters is very reminiscent of Rahul Gandhi tearing off the ordinance way back in 2013, which only shows these people have very scant regard for constitutional bodies and for democratic processes.
Okay. Shama, will you respond to that?
Yeah, I'll respond. This itself shows he hates Mahatma Gandhi. Bapu started his journey by burning his membership in South Africa. So clearly, BJP hates Mahatma Gandhi and loves Godse. So he just mentioned that to you. So what is this burning thing antique? How dare you insult Bapu coming on live TV? Number 2, very important. Why did they start SIR? They said that there are illegal immigrants. That is the basis of it. 80% of complaints are what? Has nothing to do with illegal immigrants. And who gives the right to the Election Commission of India to say you are the citizen or that one is not a citizen. Election Commission of India, according to the People's Representation Act of 1950, does not have that right. Then let's understand a very important thing is the JDU, it is not JDU MP Girdhar Yadav. What did he say? It took me 10 days to get these documents. This is undemocratic. Let me finish. 10 days. Now, how do people who are normal people out there get these documents? One. Number two, Aadhaar, they say they will not take. But they take caste certificate and residency. How do you get caste and residency? Through Aadhaar. Now, look at how the Election Commission of India is lying. Now, I have here next to my house people from Bihar who are immigrant laborers building. I went to talk to them. They said many of them did not hear about SIR. Those who heard, 3/4 of them do not have these 11 documents, which was not there in 2003. Let me remind you, no 11 documents were there asked in 2003. Third, 1/10 of them did not know how to do online. He should understand that Bihar has 36% of their people, 18 million are migrant laborers. So what are you doing when people do not understand it? BLOs, because they are under pressure.
Okay.
What are they doing? Last point. They themselves are filling up the forms and writing. People
Parimal Kumar,
the forms, they say
your own party MP had raised some points which are very, very valid concerns on practicality. Girdhar Yadav, of course, has. Okay, please let's have Parimal Kumar now.
Maria, welcome to all 99.8%.
Yes, Parimal Kumar ji, I have not finished my question.
Yes.
I have not finished my question. Your own party MP raised questions regarding the practicality of this exercise. When we look at 65 lakh, I mean, that's a huge, huge number. We are looking at somewhere around 24 to 25,000 per constituency in those 243 constituencies of Bihar. My concern here is, how do you assure that citizens who are genuine voters are not disenfranchised in the name of list purity?
Maria, Congress spokesman was using the term illegal migrant. You should know that no any foreigner is allowed to cast vote in India. Under Article 326, only the Indian citizen are entitled. As far as the question of qualification of the voter is concerned, Section 16 and 19 of People's Representation Act clearly mention about the qualification, and on this basis, Election Commission from time to time prior to Lok Sabha and Assembly election, as under particularly Section 21 of People's Representation Act 1950, is mandated to conduct such type of exercise. Election Commission is conducting constitutional responsibility, is disposing constitutional and legal responsibility.
All this is fine.
And again,
if it is a constitutional responsibility, then why did the Election Commission conduct this exercise in 2003, and for the last 22 years it did not do any such revision?
Correct. No, you see now, the coverage of 99.8% people by voters by Election Commission with the cooperation of Bihari people identified the democratic spirit of Bihari, okay? But those parties who believe in the kinship, that is Parivarvad, like Congress, like particularly RJD, कि लालू प्रसाद जी के पुत्र ही मुख्यमंत्री या लीडर होंगे, so such type of party do have appreciation and objection on this issue. We strongly support the country. Yes,
Parimal Kumar ji, there is no point of bringing dynasty politics here. That is not an argument.
No, actually, who is entitled to vote? Voters, Indian citizens. And if the Congress spokesman is raising the issue, Congress spokesman, you see, you are having need of foreigners. Actually, you see why you are raising the question. In India, law is well defined.
Why did Girdhar Yadav say that?
When Sonia Gandhi came to India, she was given citizenship and now she holds right to cast the vote.
Okay, let's bring in. No. Professor Naval Kishore on the screen. Professor Naval Kishore. The opposition is raising questions. It will now be playing out in Parliament. It is playing out in Parliament. It will play out in the Supreme Court on 28th. My question is, do you have an evidence that this mechanism is some kind of, it has been done with malafide? Because you are saying that there is manipulation, voter manipulation. Do you have evidence to suggest that there is manipulation here? Unmute yourself, please.
Mariaji, we were the first one to do FIR on SIR. First information report from the ground. We were the people, we were the party that we did this on the first. And why we are bothered? We are bothered because right to vote is a fundamental right given by the Constitution. And this is under threat. Why it is under threat? Because what has been initiated by Election Commission seems to be dictated by the ruling party, for the reason that the ruling party is coming in defense of Election Commission and putting the same logic that the Election Commission is saying.
Performing its constitutional responsibility. Because Election Commission is performing its election.
Go ahead.
No.
They are trying to divert the matter.
Who is diverting the matter?
Speaking on the issue.
No any party having belief in the Constitution or opposing SIR.
On the issue. I am speaking on the issue and can you shut up?
No, there's
Don't you have mind to hear?
Let everybody please mind your language. This is no language to be used on my debates.
No.
Actually, this is the culture of party.
Professor Naval Kishore, I will give you time, but this is no language.
No.
Please mind your language. Professor Naval Kishore only on the screen now. Professor Naval Kishore.
No. What I am saying is based on fact that Election Commission is hell-bent to do this exercise, and the right or the duty of Election Commission is to establish free and fair election. That is under challenge. And that is under challenge for what reason? What Supreme Court said was very interesting and very logical, that you must consider these three documents in the interest of justice. In the interest of justice is very important. Why? Because the timeline is so small, and that also when you are coming, see what is the narrative that is being said. First of all, whole of the BJP are saying that the voters are mixed with the foreign voters. So we have to go for a special intensive revision. So which is not the case. Out of 65 lakhs, the most are the dead voters. And what was Election Commission doing from June 24 to December 24? They were saying that they are doing addition and deletion. And after that summary revision, they published the first set of voter list in January 25. All stakeholder political parties were asked to cooperate, and we are doing that. So after 5 months, January, February, March, April and May, they are coming with this kind of wild idea that the whole voter list is fraud.
Okay.
Who are the architects of fraud? We have very valid reason to believe that they are under the pressure from the government due to their appointment.
Before I bring in Sajjan Kumar, Tuhin Sinha, a quick word from you. If this is a routine exercise, then why has it escalated into a political showdown? Do you think that there is a communication failure now?
The opposition is logically challenged. The opposition is logically challenged. Why Aadhaar card is not being accepted is very simple. There are several districts where the total number of Aadhaar cards... Please don't...
How did you consider in Maharashtra election? Can you answer on behalf of Election Commission?
I am not supposed to answer you. Let me complete my point. Let me complete my point.
There were
more number of Aadhaar cards in several districts, particularly in the Simanchal region.
Tuhin, this argument won't hold for a simple reason that the Supreme Court has also... listen to me. Has already accepted that it should be among those documents which will be seen as a verification document. So let's
the Supreme Court is hearing the matter. You can't decide whether the argument holds or not. You have to wait till the 28th of July.
It's already been done. The Supreme Court has already communicated in the interim order, has told the Election Commission, do consider this.
No,
so let's move on from that. Let's talk about why. No.
There is a difference. They had asked why it should not be considered, and it's the duty of the Supreme Court to put certain checks and balances. The Supreme Court had not made it mandatory. I think the final decision is still awaited on 28 July, and I think you should wait for it. Let Rahul Gandhi burn whatever.
Yes,
let him tear SIR posters.
The point which has been made by Naval Kishore is, respond to that, Tuhin. Naval Kishore here is saying that why are you playing the role of Election Commission's
No, we are not
spokesperson?
playing the role of Election Commission. We believe that an SIR exercise is important, and it is important across the country. We don't dictate the timing. If the Supreme Court has decided on a
Professor
certain,
Kishore, please be
on a
silent.
certain timing,
Yes.
if
go
the
ahead.
Supreme Court has decided to do it now, the Supreme Court is answerable as to why it is doing it now. We are not concerned with the nitty-gritties. We believe that an SIR is important because only genuine citizens should be allowed to vote. And I'm surprised the opposition today is batting and fighting for illegal voters. This is the reality of the opposition today. Are they solely dependent upon the illegal votes? Do they not have faith in the genuine voters?
Okay. Professor Sajjan Kumar, as someone who is from the state and has
One
been
question,
following the
Maria.
state's
One
politics very
question.
closely, do you think, as the opposition now claims, that the level playing field has been disturbed? Is this really the case?
Maria, if we take what do we mean by what are the parameters of level playing fields? One, opposition charge is that it's disenfranchising the voters. That's the framing that is coming from opposition, which means that the people who are migrating from Bihar to outside, they cannot, and these aspects also came from an MP from JDU, ruling party also. Now, which means that the poor voters are getting disenfranchised. So what is the pattern of emigration from Bihar? Is it just the poor one, or is it the skilled, semi-skilled, and unskilled? So I think therein you find a parity that when it comes to the support base, if we take income, status, or caste and community, it caters across the political spectrum. So therefore, if at all disenfranchisement is happening, it is not happening to one set of support base catering to one particular alliance or the party. So this is one. But yes, we have to see this debate in two rubrics. One, the matter of inconvenience and practicality, and other about the illegality or constitutionality. Is it an unconstitutional exercise? No. Article 24, Clause 1 gives Election Commission the power. 2, is it illegal? Supreme Court has not stalled it, so certainly it is not illegal. Is it against the spirit of democracy? Certainly not. Having said that, is it creating inconvenience? The answer is yes, it is, because of the kind of timeline in the close sort of paucity of time you are trying to complete the exercise. It has created a lot of inconveniences even to the people who may be constituting the support base of the ruling dispensation, that is JDU and BJP. Here comes that if it is not illegal, not unconstitutional, not undemocratic, but yes inconvenient, that means it is primarily an political plank between illegal voter versus vote stealing, right? So therefore both the sides are trying to constitute a perception. This exercise has become a plank of the narrative war wherein both opposition and the ruling dispensation is trying to play to the gallery by creating a perception. Mind it, when Election Commission announced this exercise on 29th June, 1.5 lakh BLAs were appointed by the respective parties. BJP committed 52,000 BLAs, booth level agents. RJD 48 lakh booth level agents were there. Then came JDU, Congress, etc., which means they are still a part of this process. So it cannot be the case that you went to the Supreme Court, got a hearing, 2, you are participating in the exercise, and 3, you are yet accusing the entire process to be illegal. So which means I see it as a political stunt by the opposition to have a perception bias, to create a perception that it's a asymmetrical sort of a field wherein they are at a disadvantage. Something, mind it was not initiated by RJD, it was initiated by Congress first in Bihar, and then RJD followed the suit as an alliance partner. Okay. That this is vote stealing.
That's
so
actually
to me, it's
well
primarily political
and structured there, Professor Sajjan Kumar. Let's get a response from Professor Naval Kishore. Why are you trying to build this narrative?
No, we are not building narrative. Whatever we are saying, it is based on experiential. You said that we are participating. Therefore, through participation, we are locating that Election Commission exercise is keeping the voters away from participation and representation. we are saying that this exercise in haste is creating a kind of compulsion in which they are not going to do that. The MP of a ruling party is saying that it took me 10-12 days to furnish that kind of document. How can a poor person, and you know Bihar is flood oriented, it is time of agriculture activity, it is also a month of Sawan, so religious month, they are involved in all this kind of thing, and you expect that the document which is not there with them, earlier they used to say that Aadhaar card is the most important document, and you also consider, because you consider this in Maharashtra, in a while for add the voter, to add the voter, and you are saying that here you can't add the voter. You are providing.
I'll give the last one to Tuhin, but before that, Shama Mohammed, please come.
Maria, I spoke once, Maria. This is not fair. I'm leaving the debate.
I've just asked you to speak, Shama.
You said I've given the last word to Tuhin. I want to speak.
I've asked you to speak.
Yeah. No, Tuhin said, I want to respond to Tuhin. He said that about Aadhaar card. He said Aadhaar card is not going to be used for being not a proof of citizenship. That is very wrong, because the Election Commission has no right to say that. The Supreme Court said, what is the Supreme Court said? The Home Ministry has the right to say.
Okay, Dr. Shah Mohammed and Tuhin Sinha on the screen now, please.
The other thing is illegal voters. Now he said that we will want to remove illegal voters. How many illegal voters did you get? I mean, there are duplicate voter ID of 7 lakhs, but it's maximum who are dead as well as those who have migrated. So why did you do SIR? The biggest issue in this is, Tuhin, if you really wanted to do it, you will start it 1 year ago. You don't start it 3 months before. This is deliberately to kick out voters. And to the person, the professor was saying that the Congress started it, the booth level. Yes, everybody started in the beginning when this happened. We followed, but when we understood that the BLO are taking decisions, they are not able to put in the voters, whoever is right, they are not able to get documents. There is a lot of issues. So why not stop it? Because according to what they're doing right now is that the voters who voted in the last election in 24 are all wrong. They're illegal. No, I mean, how did they win?
Respond to that,
question
please.
We need to know.
Important.
Let me. So why are you? And also one more thing, Tuhin, caste certificate and caste certificate and domicile comes from Aadhaar. So you're saying Aadhaar is not valid?
No, please understand.
Timing. Tuhin,
please understand why I
repeatedly,
say.
Tuhin.
Please understand why I say.
One moment, Tuhin. Repeatedly, both the RJD and the Congress is raising the question of the timing. Could the Election Commission have started the exercise earlier? And also, given the limited time which is there for redressal, how will you ensure that all those whose names have been deleted and who perhaps exist and are voters in Bihar get their redressal and are able to return to the list?
It's a very cliched excuse to always blame the timing. If the Election Commission is convinced that it can handle it in the given time, wait for, you have 1 whole month to point out grievances, to challenge the provisional list which comes on 1st August. You can challenge it till the end of the month. The final list is supposed to come out in 15th September. It has become an obsession for Congress party to cry foul.
Okay, one moment. Let him finish.
Till now, they used to cry foul after the election results were out. This time they started 5 months in advance. They don't have any faith in the Supreme Court. They don't have any faith in the media. They keep warning that, I'm walking out of the show. Just now she threatened she'll walk out of the show. This is how they behave. They don't have any faith in the media, in the judiciary or the Election Commission. And that's only because they don't elections.
Who said we don't have faith
in this? All right, Tuhin, thank you so much for joining us. Professor Sajjan Kumar, because I want you to respond to this question particularly, which is coming on the limited time which is there for redressal.
Can I just add one
How will that be solved?
And the JDU spokesperson
did not speak
about his member of parliament, Girdhar Yadav. He's quiet.
Professor Sajjan Kumar.
Because domicile is essential.
Mane, can you come again?
Yes, my point here is about redressal. You're looking at a huge number of 65 lakh. If that has been deleted, and of course the list will be out on 1st of August, if there are concerns, how will that be addressed?
So, Election Commission has given a subcategory of the people whose name has been deleted. One, the ones who are dead. Fine. There is no controversy about that. People, and that's always there. We are talking about, and if you keep on revising every hour, the electoral roll can be revised. This is one. So the ones who are dead. Two, the ones who have permanently left the state. That is also so. Problem comes in about the people who are accused of having multiple voting card, or who may not have left the state but are considered state. Considered who have left the ones. So that grievance is there. So that's why I said the redressal is to treat kind of that this exercise is causing inconvenience, and there may be bona fide claimants who may not have submitted the bona fide document because of the short of inconvenience and paucity of times, and to give them the sympathetic hearing and redressal should be there. That is the only way. But I think substantial part of the ones whose name has been deleted, the ones who are dead, or the ones who have permanent, whose names are registered at multiple kind of centers. So those two are out of controversy. Only thing would be that there may be a bona fide voter list of voters who may have been living outside but still be registered voter in Bihar. If you consider them having left the state, that category should be considered more empathetically.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Sajjan Kumar, Dr. Shama Mohammad, Tuhin Sinha, Professor Naval Kishore, and Parimal Kumar.